Guten Morgen everyone, today we are going to bake Neapolitan pizza in my wood fire oven, which is already preheated at 850 degrees Fahrenheit. The dough recipe which we are going to bake today is this one. Remember that you can download my app free for Android or iPhone, link on the description. This recipe is made directly with yeast, and it has a 70% hydration. 70% hydration means that per kilo flour we are going to use 700 grams or milliliters of water. The amount of water is a little bit higher than the classical Neapolitan recipe, but what I want to achieve with this is a lighter dough. But this is not the end of the story, it has just begun. The idea of today's experiment is to take some part of the water and flour of the recipe and make a dough in advance. This is called preferment. What is that, gluten? We are going to create a preferment. Yes, a pre-fermented dough, which is usually made a day before. And we are going to use it in the final pizza dough, and then see what the differences are between each one. Are they lighter? Do they improve the flavor? Are they crispier? Are they more airy? And so on. And if you're ready, let's get started and may the gluten be with us. Let's go first with the classical Neapolitan dough. We prepare the mixer to start making the first dough without any preferments. This will serve us as a reference for us to compare the rest of the doughs later. And in a few minutes later, the dough will be ready, and give it some final touches. Perfect! Time to divide the dough into portions of 270 grams each, and start shaping the balls. Now I transfer them to a proofing box and let them rest at room temperature until they double in size. And here I have them ready to go into the oven. I'll detach them with a little bit of semolina and put them on the countertop. This is how I stretch the dough, carefully and lovingly, always trying to maintain the airiness of these famous cornicione edges. The pizza that we are going to bake today are called bianca. The ingredients that I am going to use are mascarpone cheese, mozzarella fior di latte, some regular mozzarella too, grated parmesan, pepperoni or also called spicy salami, some bacon, sliced peppers, red onion, and obviously fresh basil. And now that the pizza is stretched, time to spread the mascarpone cheese. Then I continue with the mozzarella cheeses, the peppers, the onion, bacon, the pepperoni, and the parmesan. Finally, a touch of salt, pepper, and it goes straight into the oven. I love watching the pizza rise in the oven, don't you? And here it is back. It's the classic Neapolitan pizza. Some final basil leaves, and let's check it. The base looks very good. The cornicione is nicely puffed and super crispy. I'll grab scissors to cut a slice. I'll try to lift this slow. Well, it can fail. And now that I fix it, time to try it. And the truth is, classics never fail. It is a crispy yet tender pizza. I'll give this pizza an 8. Now it's the turn for the dough with Polish. Just like the previous dough, I'll do the same, placing the ingredients in the mixer. But this time, I'll add the Polish. I'll start the mixer, and a few minutes later, we'll reach a dough like this. Now transfer it to the countertop, give it some final touches, divide the dough into portions, and then make pizza balls of 270 grams. And wait till they double in size. So now it's time to bake. As always, a little bit of semolina to help us detach them. And as usual, transfer them lovingly to the countertop. Immediately, I start stretching them out, always mindful of that cornicione. And it already feels very light. The Polish has done a good job. Let me place all the ingredients. And now it's ready to be baked. By the way, it's lovely to bake with wood fire. Leave me a comment about your favorite oven, whether it's wood fire, gas, or electric. And here is the pizza. Maybe a little bit more golden than the last one, but listen to how crispy it is. Let's cut a slice. There is a lot of air in that cornicione. And as usual, the best part of the video, tasting. And this pizza feels a little bit firmer, maybe because it has been in the oven for a few seconds longer, but the flavor is very similar to the previous one. I'll give it a 9. Now it's time for the pizza dough with Biga. Well, back to the mixer again, but this time we're going to do it with Biga. I add all the ingredients to the bowl and start mixing. In the meantime, we can take the opportunity to look through some magazines. This person looks like a familiar face. And now that the dough is ready, as I always do, let me give it the final touches. Time to divide, shape, and place them in the container until they double in size. And here we have them back. And as you can see, they look very full of air. I'll place a bowl on the counter with some semolina and start stretching it. How easy is to stretch this kind of dough? It is really a pleasure. Time to put all the ingredients as the previous pizza and it goes straight to the oven. Wow! Look at those bubbles. Tell me if it's not making you want to bake a pizza right now. Okay, here it is again. Let me put the last of the basil leaves on it and let's hear that cornicione crunch. This slice is not heavy at all. Already on this pizza you start to notice the difference a lot more. Okay, it's time to taste the Biga dough. It's looking gorgeous. Super light, too crunchy, and that cornicione, it's practically pure air. I think it's slowly becoming clear which one could be my favorite. So I give this pizza a 10, straight up. And finally, we go with the sourdough starter pizza dough. If you want to learn more about sourdough starter and sourdough bread baking, go right now to my glutenmorgantv.com page. There you'll find my sourdough bread masterclass. Link in the description. And now it's time for the last pizza of the video. The one that is going to be fermented with sourdough. Unlike the pizzas we have been making so far, this one is going to have a little acidic notes, obviously a product of this homemade yeast. Let me finish mixing as always, last touches on the counter, divide and shape the balls 270 grams, just like all of them, and pass them to a container until they double in size. They look great. Time to stretch that pizza. Slowly, I'll be making that cornicione, and look all the amount of air in it. The sourdough was really active. Now I'll put all the same ingredients on it, and with a peel, let me take it straight to the hot oven. I love how well it is growing in the oven. And a few minutes later, we'll end with this beautiful pizza. I really like the color that took the edges. Unlike the previous ones, it looks like a little more even. And let's hear what it sounds like. Now we cut a slice and taste it. It is a little less firm than the previous one, but I like it. And now time to try the sourdough starter dough pizza. Although sourdough is not the most common levain for making pizza, the result is very good. I like my job. The scores I give it is a 9. So we have finally reached the end of the video. The 3 pizzas, or rather the 4 pizzas, all turned out great. Perhaps a pizza made with Biga is one of my favorites. For me, it is one of the ideal preferments for this preparation. But I leave it to you to try them at home and then tell me in comments which of all this was your favorite pizza too. So as you know, see you in the next video and may the gluten be with you. I hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you want to learn more about sourdough bread and sourdough starter, I encourage you to check the link on the description. And remember, this masterclass was specially designed for you.